因為而家呢啲係活版嘅，呢啲已經淘汰㗎啦，屬於咁啊，識得欣賞嘅人就越嚟越少啦。
冇㗎啦，得返我哋一間，可能下邊有一間兩間嘅啫。
I think Hong Kong looked better before. I know I can't save all the industry, but I can point them out. 我真係好鍾意香港。
瑞典，全球最適合居住嘅城市第5位，北歐式嘅生活，令人艷羨嘅福利制度，Lagom不多不少嘅生活模式，做個瑞典人好似好唔錯，不過就有人唔鍾意做瑞典人，嚟做香港人。10幾年前，嚟自瑞典斯德哥爾摩嘅 Alexis 嚟香港旅行。對呢個同瑞典相反嘅城市一見鍾情。
Everything in Hong Kong is the opposite, like weather, taxes, language, culture, food, drive on the other side of the road, everything's different. But in Hong Kong, you can just wear whatever you want, and nobody will actually care. It won't even be eccentric. And that's because Hong Kong is much more of a melting pot of people. People from everywhere, and people don't really mind.But Sweden is like a very close-knit society.
佢眼中嘅呢種另類自由，令佢11年前決定嚟香港定居，做設計師，賣自己設計嘅手錶同埋鞋。
I realized that even if we live in Hong Kong, all of us, we sort of tend to live in our neighborhoods, right? So that's what we call home.
第1年，佢住喺深水埗。閒時最鍾意行布檔市場，1年之後佢搬到去上環，喺呢個社區落地生根。每日佢都俾呢個社區裏邊嘅人同埋創意吸引住。
I saw it before when I walked past, and it's so curious. But apparently, it's to stop people from sitting on it because it's also a shrine for the gods. It's quite lovely. Instead of having like glass, like spiky things, they have ping pong balls.And they're quite sturdy. It is. It's very creative. I think it's typical like Hong Kong.
不過喺上環住咗10年，佢發現呢一個地方一直都改變緊。
It just creates a difference between the new and the old, which is what's so nice about Hong Kong. Right? Like the Tong Lau and the skyscraper is next to each other. I think as long as there's a balance, it's fine.
不過佢口中所講嘅呢一種平衡喺香港開始出現失衡。
There has been a lot of changes recently, I think, with more F&B or restaurants moving in and cafes. Taiping Shan Street further up had nothing on it. It was, just daipaidongs, paper recycling shops and things like this.
而呢啲嘅變化亦都因為以前嘅老店一間間咁執。
Like the metal worker over on Circular Pathway, his hand started to hurt and he didn't want to bend metal anymore, and nobody wants to take over. I think maybe the sad part is that there's no young generation taking over a lot of the trade.
而咁多年嚟 ，Alexis 發現香港每個社區入邊，大家都會埋手做自己嘅嘢，每個人都好唔同，但係又構成一個好和諧嘅社區。為咗記錄自己嘅社區同埋呢啲不斷消失嘅老店，佢就用唔同字形嘅街道名製作出香港嘅社區地圖。
I've lived in Hong Kong so long that I wanted to do something that was more like significant. I realized that actually I should focus on Hong Kong and then make more things and see what else I can dig up. So one, I want to make it in Hong Kong, and two, I want to use any old techniques or anything that involves more craftsmanship, so I can dig up like what kind of craftsmen are out there, and who can I connect with, and who can I make things with, So that's kind of what it turned into. It kind of turned into a Hong Kong brand. So when I started Tiny Island Maps, then I felt that I didn't want to have a Chinese font. I wanted to have a real calligraphy for the different neighborhoods.
而佢就揾咗成日都見到嘅添叔為佢寫地圖上面嘅中文字。
He's really old, so usually when I come down here, he's sleeping. So I wake him up, and he's like, "Oh yeah," and my wife is like, "Don't wake him up." But he's always really happy to like wake up and do some work. It's very unique to Hong Kong. You have the people that change the watch batteries and the watch straps, you know. And they have a shop that's like this big, you know. They sit on the street. I'm from in Sweden, of course it would never happen. People don't sit on the streets and do stuff.
不過添叔都94歲啦 ，Alexis 都話最近唔太見到佢開檔啦。而呢一間做咗30幾年嘅活版印刷，就係佢印地圖明信片嘅店家，係喺區入面，佢幫襯開製作畫框嘅鋪頭介紹俾佢。
I finally got to go here, and then this is wonderful basement that's like full of old offset printing machines, like really old manual feed machines.
全部都古董嚟㗎啦，根本都有啲50、60年㗎啦。呢個70年代嘅機，呢個最後期嘅，咁而家都已經40年嘅呢部機，都淘汰㗎。而家佢都停咗產嘅，70幾年、80年代之後都冇生產過啦。許求都有啲一定要求㗎，同埋有啲專色咧，都好難揾到人咁有心咁做咯。因為你話有啲人未必識欣賞我哋啲咁嘅手藝啊嘛。
而同佢合作嘅仲有呢一間喺區入邊30年嘅紙盒店。以前每次佢經過都會對呢一間鋪頭好好奇。
I love all kinds of machines, you know, especially old machines. So I came here to film myself. So when I started doing this, and then I was saying, oh, this is so exciting. And then Fong says, you really think so? They do it every day. It's very normal.
即係其實我哋而家做緊嘅嘢就係細水長流，即係以前嘅40年前至50年前做緊嘅嘢。以前呢度有一條街叫公賢巷，你哋可能都未知嘅，成條都係做呢啲咁嘅紙盒。因為而家淘汰咗好多人手啊，咁啊變咗冇人入行啊，咁啊變咗唔會做呢啲嘢。
無論年紀大定係行業式微，都係呢一啲老店慢慢消失嘅原因。
There's a lot of things that are made in Hong Kong that you don't think about could be interesting to work with. If you look at something like someone who makes letterboxes, and what can I make with him? Or unrelated industries, but they're still producing something. I think that's really exciting because then I don't know anything about that. Then I can go there and learn and then make something.
而喺製作地圖嘅過程入面，佢都認識咗更加多其他嘅社區。
What is it about Sektongjoy, or what is it about Saingkun? And of course, like Saingkun is like Western Army camps. Oh, okay, so this is where the army was stationed. And, you know, no Chinese allowed to live above High Street. And you learn a lot when you do it. I know I can't save all the industries, right? All the trades. I can't do that by myself. But I can point them out and I can celebrate them while also celebrating Hong Kong's, you know, culture and communities and neighborhoods. Yeah, I think it's nice.
報真相講人話，9點半蘋果新聞報導強勢登場。